So good morning all of you. We are going to see what is decimation in frequency for finding the discrete Fourier transform in a faster way. It's a fast algorithm for finding the fast DFT, discrete Fourier transform. And last class we saw what is DIT, decimation in time. Today we shall see what is DIF. So coming to the presentation mode. Okay. So last class we saw that decimation in time, DIT algorithm. We saw that you can basically split your signal xn into odd and even terms. And we saw that your set transform xn set raised to minus n can be split into capital X set square plus set raised to minus 1 x0 set square into x1 set square, where x0 and x1 are the DFT or the set transform, in this case, a transform of the even and odd terms of the signal x of n. Similar to that, suppose your xn is something like say 0 to etc. say up to n minus 1, and suppose your n is a exponential of 2, say 2 raised to m or 2 raised to 2 raised to m. So this can be, if it's like this, you can split n into 2 same numbers of 2 raised to m minus 1 or 2 raised to m by 2, since this is a multiple of 2. So let us divide this into two terms, say in the middle. So up to n by 2 minus 1, and from n by 2 to n minus 1. Okay, so this will be the two subdivision. So this will form one group and this will form another group. Earlier we split it into odd and even terms. So today we are seeing what is decimation in frequency. So when you have decimation in frequency, you split it into the first half, then the second half. Okay. So how will you represent it in terms of set transform? You take the set transform of xn. Then this can be written as, say, you take the first n by 2 minus 1 terms, sorry, n by 2 terms, that starts from 0 to n by 2 minus 1. So let it have a set transform x0 set, and if you take the next half, which is starting from n by 2 to n minus 1, which is the next n by 2 elements, let us represent this as x1 set. So basically this signal x1 set is having value 0 to n by 2 minus 1. So to represent the whole signal x z, you have to represent this as x0 plus z raised to, you have to make the shift z raised to n by 2 shift, z raised to minus n by 2, right? If you want to shift it to right by a factor of n by 2, you need a z raised to minus n. If you have z raised to minus 1, signal will shift by a factor of 1. But if you shift it by a factor of minus n by 2, these are going to shift by n by 2 values. So that if you add these two together, you get the x set, which is the set transform of the whole signal x of n. So this is x1 set. Basically, x1 set is set transform of the remaining n by 2 to n by 2 minus, not n by 2 minus 1, n minus 1 terms. Okay. Now, if you represent this in terms of, say, suppose you know that set is r e raised to j omega, and if you consider this in unit circle to get the discrete time Fourier transform, and if you sample it, it become e raised to j omega first, and then omega become discrete, where this is going to become e raised to j 2 pi kn by n. Okay. If this is the case, your Z is now going to change to Wn. So this will be basically Wn raised to, so Wn is e raised to minus j2 pi by n. So in this already we have a negative sign. So this will this can be represented as x0z plus Wn raised to minus, you don't need negative here because already Wn have the negative sign. So z raised to minus n by 2 will be Wn raised to n by 2 x1z. So instead of x1z, you can expand this into the terms of, so this can be n equal to 0 to n minus 1 by 2. You have n minus 1 by 2 in the in this x0z. Now this x0z you can represent as x in terms of xn. You can write it as xn z raised to minus n. So this is basically DFT. If you go to DFT representation, this will be xn Wn raised to nk plus Wn raised to n by 2 inside x0 you have x1z. What is x1z? It is summation, say starting from again you have shifted it, so this can be n equal to 0 to n by 2 minus 1, but here you have x of n by 2 that much terms you have to shift, so n by 2 plus n z raised to, instead of z again you have Wn raised to nk. Okay, so effectively we have I'll write it here. Yeah. So you have sigma n equal to 0 to n by n n by 2 minus 1, not n minus 1 by 2, n by 2 minus 1 xn Wn raised to nk plus what is Wn raised to n by 2? Wn is e raised to minus j2 pi by n. Okay, so Wn raised to n by 2 will be e raised to minus j2 pi by n into n by 2. So if you can see that n cancels, 2 cancels. This is basically e raised to minus j pi, which is cos pi. This is cos pi minus j sin pi, right? Which is minus 1. Okay. Am I right? So this is minus 1. Okay. This is minus 1. Wn raised to, and inside you have sigma x of n by 2 plus n Wn raised to kn. Is it correct? Okay. Now, if you proceed further, what you have written here is the Z transform, or the dt of t. So what you have basically written here is xk, which is sigma xn wn raised to nk plus minus 1. You have anything else? Minus 1 wn raised to n by 2. Okay. Is everything correct? Are you seeing anything missing in these equations? Is the audio and video clear? Can you just give me some feedback?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So just see whether everything is correct. The equations, we have written it in terms of x0z and x1z, which are the first and second um, half of the whole signal x of n. Instead of writing it in terms of odd and even terms, you have written in terms of first n by 2 minus 1, first n by 2 terms and next n by 2 terms. Okay. So the summation is from 0 to n by 2 minus 1 xn wn raised to nk plus z is basically e raised to j 2 pi by kn, e raised to minus j 2 pi by n. Okay. So in that equation, okay, you have a k z raised to minus n. You have a k term here, right? E raised to minus j 2 pi wn raised to kn. Yeah. Wn is basically e raised to minus j 2 pi by kn. Okay, you have everything is done well. You'll have a k term here. So this will be sigma x of n by 2 plus n raised wn raised to kn. Okay. Now suppose you try to implement this. Suppose you implement this. What will you get? Suppose you want to find x of 0. In this case, this will be xn wn raised to 0 plus minus 1 raised to 0 sigma x of n by 2 plus n wn raised to 0, k is 0 here. So this is basically x of n minus 1 raised to 0 is 1 plus, you just add these two together, plus sigma xn sigma n by 2 plus n wn raised to 0 is 1. So basically, to get x0, you have your signals x0, x1, x2, x3, say etc. up to x7. Suppose let us take it as a length 8 sequence. All these are connected. So here you have connection like this. Okay, I think I can show you some figure. Yeah, it will be something like this. Okay, so you can see this here. X0 goes as such here. Okay, then you have x4, x0 and x4 are added together. Then you get x00. Similarly, x1 and x5, they are added together. So these are all k equal to 0, 2, 4, 8, etc. These are odd values. So these are even values. So your minus 1 raised to k will be 1 because k is taking even values. So when k takes even values, minus 1 raised to n become minus 1 raised to k become plus 1. So that's why x0 and x4 are added together to get x00. But when you have k's as odd values like x1, x3, x5, x7, etc., what happens is that x4, it comes here, it's multiplied with minus 1, x0. Here x0 is capital X0 is x0 plus x4, while x0 minus x4 gives x10, and it's x10, x11 like that. So its Fourier transform will be the x1, x3, x5, and x7. So we already have this notation. Small x0 and small x1, they are the DFTs. How have we taken it? It is the in the case of DIT, decimation in time, you took x00 as the even terms, right? And x1 as the odd terms. So x00 will be the even terms of the even terms, and x01 will be the odd terms of the even terms. So like that, you get x00, x01, x02, etc. And if you take the Fourier transform, or if you take the n by 2 point DFT, you get x0, x2, x4, x6 like this, and x1, x3, x5, x7. These are the DFTs, or these are the odd and even terms in the DFT. Now, if you take again, if you continue this again, this as in the case of DAT, exactly as in the case of DAT, you will again get second and third forms like this. This is how you are going to get. This is the first portion is basically what we have seen, and here you have n by 2 point DFTs, and this can be again split into n by 2 point DFTs. So that we are taking even of the even. That means you will get x0, x4. Similarly, if you take even of the even from the other terms, you will get x2, x6. So like that. In the odd terms also, you can take even and odd terms. And finally, you get this butterfly representation, which is the decimation in frequency, fast frequency transformation. Okay, so in this case, you can see that in our decimation in time, on the left side, you have the odd terms and even terms separated. So instead of x0, x1, x2, x3, we had x0, x2, x4, x6 like that. And on the right hand side, you have x0, x1, x2, capital X0, capital X1 like that. But in here, you can see that the reverse thing has happened, or the decimation has happened in frequency domain or in the DFT domain. Okay, so the decimation is in frequency domain. For that, what we have basically done is you have taken the signal xn and split it into two, not as even and odd terms, but by the first n by 2 terms, you split it into one, and next n by 2 term, you split into next. So that automatically make the frequency decimated or the decimation happen in frequency domain. So this is how it is called, decimation in frequency domain, DIF. So these are the basics of decimation in frequency algorithm. So if you complete this, what will happen is you have x0 x1 in order here, and this is from, suppose this is x4. From here you will have a term just multiplied with this, and that forms your x0 n or x0 0. Similarly, you have these multiplications, but when you take this signal here to x4, it is multiplied with -1, because you, in the -1 raised to k term, you have it is odd when you reach here, and basically it is multiplied with -1. All these are multiplied with -1. Okay, this is also multiplied by -1. This comes here, this also comes here, and the same thing happens afterwards. You take the these two goes here. Yeah, to here, this to here. Similarly, from this to here and this to here, and these two are multiplied with -1. Okay, and the same similar thing happens here, and afterwards you have this and this multiplied together. It is multiplied as -1 here. Here also it goes like this. This is multiplied with -1. So finally you get the decimated, or the, you don't need a block here. What you're getting here is W, capital X of 0, then capital X of 4, the decimated versions. So like that. So this is the final decimation in frequency representation. Okay. Do you have any doubt in this?